Today we're here with Jerry Golphenee from Montana, USA, but has been in Nepal, the Kathmandu area, as a dentist for over 18 years now. Jerry has been a divine appointment during our trip of Team 1, getting here just after the earthquake, within the first week. And since meeting Jerry and making some other contacts and seeing the doors that have been opened through Jerry and people that he knows, we thought we'd give Jerry a chance to tell you a little bit about the experience that we've had so far, and just let Jerry do what he does. So, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Golphenee.
I appreciate this opportunity to speak to all of you, and certainly appreciate the opportunity to meet Stephen and the other crew for the Water for the World team, and just very excited about the program that they have going. I came here to be a dentist in 1996, and very quickly my wife and I became involved in helping young children, very poor children. There are stories that if I tell them these 18, 16 years later, I cannot tell them without crying. These children come from such a background. But basically, in the 18, 19 years that I've been here, I've been doing dentistry to support myself, my wife. We get no outside support from anyone else. We are self-supporting. We work with the children. We've had over 100 children that have come through and helping with education. We've paid for open heart surgery for 2 tuberculosis operations. We have taken these children that come from backgrounds you cannot believe. They have become like family, but another thing is that out of these 100 children, half of them are members of the church today. You can't separate yourself professionally, personally, spiritually, and still be a whole person and certainly be pleasing to God. So this is a little bit of the background, and I'm here these years later, spending part of my time. I do dentistry part-time, still supporting myself, and working with the children and working with the church. The church has become even more and more of a avenue and taking up more of my time over the 18, 19 years that I've been here. So if there's one of the things, just talking about the water program here, pure water and spiritual water, that we have 4 young men. Their ages are like 20 to 24. They have one of them has graduated from college. The other 3 are going to college, and yet still they've been working after school. We require them to work after what would be the high school graduation, partially for them to learn the acceptance of responsibility. And I see that this program is going to give them more responsibility, require them to do more independent thinking, reach new levels professionally, but also they're having an opportunity to share water and share their Christianity with other people in different villages as they go out. All these things are going to help them mature in all of these areas of their life. And it's going to provide them a better way of life. We're going to even set up a savings program through this for them to show the importance of savings, looking ahead, being prepared for things like a medical emergency, being prepared for when they have a family and children coming up and have to pay school tuition fees and uniform fees. So we're incorporating all of these areas of life into even this working program with the new life and the spiritual water and the physical water.
Jerry, I can only imagine what life was like here before the earthquake. Having arrived afterwards and seeing you and your team coordinate efforts from around the world, can you tell us what has happened or how things are different and how safe water is going to be a key part of rebuilding the nation?
Well, things are totally different, and it depends on where you live. That Kathmandu has had tremendous damage in certain places. There's not an area in Kathmandu that hasn't had damage. But the real hard-hit areas are the villages that were closer to the epicenter of the quake. Some of them, every home in an entire village has been destroyed. Landslides have interrupted, polluted their water systems. You have buildings that have collapsed, and you have corpses, not only human corpses, but animal corpses that have not been removed. These are causing pollution. These are causing tremendous health hazards. They're expecting epidemics in certain areas that will because of this lack of sanitation. Now, I understand that over half of the hospital beds in the world are occupied by people with diseases related to waterborne diseases. So, when you start talking about purifying the water system anywhere, you're going to talk about improving the health. When you talk about improving the health, you're talking about improving the productiveness, the prosperity of the country, and to do this through Christian-centered organizations in a city like Nepal, in the villages outside. The people are going to see that the government did not come to our rescue, and they're even going to see that the big aid agencies came to our rescues for a short period of time while it was a hot item in the press and on the air. But when they see that Christian agencies came with more important health factors, such as pure water, and have stayed and are continuing, that's going to, well, it says like, let your light shine before men so that they may see your good works and give God the glory. This is going to be able to show the good works, which is a reflection of the compassion, the love, and the attitudes of Christians, and it's going to show the God behind the Christians. In a Hindu society, those are going to be very, very big messages. To have a message of hope for water, for life now, to have a message of hope for eternity is something that Hinduism does not provide. I see unlimited advantages in all of these areas.
Now, Jerry, a lot of folks are probably wondering, with a catastrophe, a disaster, and something looming that's potentially even greater with the recovery effort, what can somebody do to help? Obviously, we would like them to help with New Life International and the provision of safe water and living water, but what would you ask people to do if they were looking to help Nepal today? What would you tell them?
I would tell them to look at, they can do more with their resources than to come to a foreign country where they don't know the customs. There's not a big need for them to come personally. We've had medical teams come, we've had the New Life with the professionals in the water purification come. These are the types of aids they would need. But just for individuals or even a church organization to say, well, we're going to bring 12 young people over there, your money spent would be better donating it to an organization like New Life. It would be better spent donating it to some Christian relief organization that has experience. It would even be better spent donating it to their two funds that are directly, that have been working here in Kathmandu through myself, my wife, for 18 years. That will give more benefit, more value per dollar spent than any other way. There is, like I said, if I'm self-supporting, you're not talking, we have no paid people in our organizations, so that all the money is going either to the church work, to mission work, to spreading gospels, or to health, to schooling for poor children. Find the avenues that are going to have the least overhead and will be putting it in the wisest hands that is going to use it the best locally. And certainly, I would have to say that New Life would be an excellent, what they're doing here, they're going to be looking for funding. You give a new donation to New Life, that's going to be giving a donation to Nepal that will last for years.
Jerry, I know you're busy. The Nepali Bible Institute School here is just a beehive of activity with, like you say, the Filipino doctors, the people that are hosting. You've been a wonderful host and ambassador, not just for the United States, but for Nepal. Know you've got to get busy, and we're going to let you go and do what you do best. Thank you for taking a little bit of time out of your day to share a message of hope and love.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you have brought to Nepal. And we've got 4 young Nepali boys that are going to be active in this program. It's going to provide a great deal for them. But I certainly would request the prayers of everybody seeing this video. There's power in prayer. And prayer also affects attitude, and anything that you can contribute, if it's financially or if it's even just by prayers, it's going to pay off. It's going to restore benefits. God will take what we have available to us if we use it with wisdom and with love, and will bring about good things. Good things will come about in Nepal. I'm confident of that.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you.